the year's most impressive drop top. And its great interior plays a big part in that. The Swish layout is backed up by good build quality and a great infotainment system with an interface that's easy to use. And it's genuinely fun to drive with light steering that's brilliant for town and a really tight turning circle. It can also travel further on a full charge than many other electric rivals at this price, none of which have the added appeal of a convertible roof. And of course, staying true to the 500's iconic styling, many people will be sold just by the looks.
That perhaps isn't something you'd say about the new BMW 4 Series, but whatever you think about the looks, trust me, you will love everything else about this car. It is fantastic to drive, even compared with the 3 Series saloon that it's based on. And it doesn't matter whether you've gone for the entry-level 420i that I'm driving now or the much faster four-wheel drive M440i, you'll be getting a car that's incredibly well engineered, is great fun through the corners, and even pretty comfortable as well. And the 4 Series delivers inside too. It has an interior that looks upmarket and feels really well put together. Plus you get what's undoubtedly the best infotainment system in the class. It's even reasonably practical with more space in the back, a bigger boot than you might imagine.
You call that practical? This is practical. The Kia Sorento is one of only a handful of cars that can truly seat 7 adults inside in genuine comfort. But the Sorento's talents go beyond the space on offer. The interior has a smart design and plenty of squishy plastics, while ride comfort impresses, especially on the motorway. And for those after a green SUV, our favourite version has a powerful and frugal hybrid engine. Still, it's the practicality that impresses most. It doesn't matter if you're sat here, here, or here. And the boot? Well, that's enormous too.
Sure, it might not be quite as cavernous as the Sorento, but this Skoda Octavia IV Estate is an extremely versatile car. But that's not just because it's got a humongous boot, it's also a plug-in hybrid. It'll travel for 41 miles on pure electric power alone, and its official fuel economy is 188.3 mpg. The zippy silent power on offer makes it great for town driving, but it's also comfortable and smooth for longer journeys. And while it's one of the more expensive versions of the Octavia, it's one of the cheaper plug-in hybrids out there, and that's a class of car that's becoming extremely popular.
But no class of car is growing as fast as pure electric cars, and when they're this good, it's no surprise. The ID.3 is one of the most significant new cars in VW's entire history, and it's delivered a winner. Our favourite version has a great official range of 263 miles, and it's really well priced. Comfortable, spacious, it's a great all-rounder. And it won't come as a surprise if this is the car that convinces buyers they're ready to go electric. Can it really challenge the mainstream appeal of the petrol Golf? Well, it deserves to.
If you want all the usual electric car benefits but want real driving pleasure, then it's impossible to look beyond the Porsche Taycan. The performance is mind-bending and the handling is incredible. And we've seen really fast electric cars before, but none deliver the pure thrills and driving pleasure of the Taycan. And don't think it's just about electric cars where the Taycan impresses, because even against some of the best petrol-powered, turbocharged monsters out there, its immense talents come shining through. And it's beautifully classy inside. So, while we're not pretending for a minute this car is cheap, it is worth every penny.
Speaking of cheap, the old Dacia Sandero has been a regular sight at the What Car Awards over the years because, put simply, nothing else could match it for sheer value. Thing is though, the old Sandero was only good because it was cheap, whereas this new model changes everything. Why? Well, the latest Sandero is a good car regardless of its price tag. Just take this interior for example. It matches up well to those of rivals which cost an awful lot more, with good materials and solid build quality. Similarly, the soft suspension setup makes it a relaxing companion at all speeds, and it's good to drive too. And then when you consider that this car is also several £1,000s cheaper than pretty much every other rival, then the Sandero's range of talents becomes nothing short of astonishing.
The What Car of the Year Awards have been running since 1978. In that time, they've earned a reputation for being the motoring equivalent of the Oscars. However, while it's true that both events celebrate greatness in their fields, there is one key difference. The What Car Awards actually matter. After all, if you go and see a film at the cinema and it turns out to be a bit of a dud, all you really lost is a couple of hours and a few quid. Whereas a car is one of the biggest purchases you'll ever make, so it's crucial you get the decision right. Choose any of these models and you will be getting something absolutely fantastic. But the big question is, which is the overall car of the year? Which has moved the game on more than anything else launched in the last 12 months? And it's time to reveal the answer. Thanks to its class-leading space, comfortable ride, generous standard spec, and frankly outstanding value, the What Car of the Year for 2021 is the Dacia Sandero. In another year, any one of our other contenders would have made a deserving overall winner, but they've had the misfortune of coming up against a car that changes the game completely. Even if it costs the same as rivals, it would be a great buy, but crucially, it's available for a price that blows everything else away.